Good day, boxing fans. Thursday night at the Sunbet Arena in Tshwane, South Africa, we see the return, a long-awaited return of WBC Bridgerweight champion Kevin Lerena, who will be defending his world title at the Sunbet Arena against a man from Ukraine, Sergey Radchenko. If you're interested in breaking down the fight with me, then stick around. The last time we saw Kevin Lerena in action was there in the Arab Emirates when he tipped his toe into the heavyweight division once again and took on the unbeaten Justis Huni. He dropped the decision, but also by almost knocking out Huni in the very last round of a fight. Shades of his fight of Daniel Dubois, although that came in the first round. He had Justis Huni almost out of his feet in all kinds of trouble, but just couldn't finish him. Now he's back in the Bridgerweight 224-pound division, only recognized by the WBC and WBA, in between cruiserweight and heavyweight. He won the interim title there by beating Senat Gashi. It was quite a good fight, and he scored a solid victory there over Gashi. Before that, he got the silver belt against Riyad Mari, who was also quite a good opponent. But after he won that interim Bridgerweight world title, the full champion that got the title from Lukas Rozanski, Lawrence Okolie, decided to vacate his belt. So then Lerena was automatically elevated to the full champion at Bridgerweight. So he'll be defending his WBC title there in front of his home crowd. It's a second time in history that a WBC world title fight takes place in South Africa. The first time was Glenn Catley against Dingaan Thobela, when Thobela sprung that dramatic last round knockout upset. And are we going to have the same drama on Thursday night there at the Sunbet Arena? By Legacy Promotions, a new promoter on the block, so far it looks very promising. They even have two cards. There's one in the morning in the main card with Kevin Lerena, in the evening on SuperSport. But his opponent, Sergey Radchenko, has a very modest record of 11 wins, 7 losses. He's only been stopped once, and he's been in against a who's who. You know, he's been in against a former cruiserweight world champion early in his career, Krzysztof Wlodarczyk. He's been in against many world-class contenders that fought for and contended for world titles. Alexei Egorov, Ruslan Pfeiffer is there, Mikhail Chislak is on his record, and he lost to those big names on points. Now, at age of 38, he's won 4 fights in a row, and in his last fight against Andrei Pesik, I hope I pronounced the name right, he scored a decision win to win the WBC silver title at Bridgerweight, which puts you in the running for a world title shot, which is what he will be getting on Thursday. So he's on a 4-fight win streak against so-so opposition. You know, so he has been in against a high quality opposition. You could argue that he's been in against more high quality guys than Kevin Lerena even, but he didn't win when he was up against them. Whereas Kevin has some solid wins at cruiserweight. He was a long time top 5 cruiserweight. And every time he went up to heavyweight, not every time, but when he took on the big names, he did score some wins up at heavyweight. But when he took on Dubois, when he took on Justis Huni, he had his moments. He was very close to pulling it off in both those fights, but he couldn't quite pull it off. Now he's back in a division that's more manageable for him, so there will be no size issues. They're more or less the same size if I look at the height on BoxRec. Although Radchenko looks a little bit taller to me, but Kevin's used to being the shorter guy. And Kevin Lerena, of course, the southpaw. Now, Radchenko has also got a long amateur record, I gather, so that's not going to give him trouble. But who is Sergey Radchenko? The fights that I could find of him, it's very sort of pedestrian his style. He's a slow starter, he's slow out of the blocks, he just sort of reaches and taps with his jab, and it takes very long to get going. He's not a workhorse, he doesn't throw a lot of punches, and what he does is, as the rounds go on, he feels if you come at him, he just circles away. He fights on the back foot and he puts his hands up like that. That's sort of a loose fencing kind of guard, and the punches go through. He takes them because he does appear to have a very solid chin, and he waits and he bides his time, and then suddenly he'll pop a few strong jabs and he's got a sweeping left hook, and he uses that to set up his right hand. So what I could see of him was very pedestrian, jab, jab, and then as the fight goes on, he sweeps you with a left hook and he gets you into the right hand eventually. And once he hurts you, he's a good finisher. He jumps on you and he lets his hand go and he forces for stoppage. You know, Kevin Lerena, you know, I can't really say he's a great finisher because of what happened against Dubois, because of what happened against Huni. But if he is in against an opponent that doesn't pose such a big danger, who's not at heavyweight, he can go for a finish. If I look at them here, Kevin has been out of action for a long time. I think it's about a year now. And there'll be some ring rust. So Radchenko is not a big puncher. Doesn't look like it on his record. He's not a huge puncher. And it takes long to get started. So Kevin might have some ring rust. But despite that, if I was him, I would start quickly. Because once again, if your opponent is a slow starter, start quickly and bank those rounds or jump on him. So I would also work for body. Go to the body, because Radchenko, I expect him to circle and move away. He's not an overly aggressive fighter. He doesn't fight with that confidence. It's like he gets confident as the rounds go by and then he lets his hands go. So I would, if I'm Kevin Lerena, let Radchenko know that he doesn't belong in this ring. Go after him, hit him in the body. Not do anything reckless, but hit him in the body, be aggressive, cut off that ring on him and make him uncomfortable and bank those first few rounds. Radchenko, it's hard for me to see how he can win here with that sort of pedestrian pace. He doesn't set a high price round after round. He's going to have to, in my opinion, land a haymaker against Kevin Lerena and hurt him and get him out of there. And, you know, if Justis Huni couldn't do it, Dubois could do it, but Daniel Dubois is one of the biggest punching heavyweights out there, and that's not Radchenko. I struggle to see how Sergei Radchenko can win here. So I'm expecting Kevin Lerena to have a showcase fight. I'm expecting him to be confident, and as soon as he shakes off a bit of ring rust, if there's going to be any, I think he's going to go after Radchenko. And as I've said, Radchenko has only been stopped once by an unbeaten prospect there from Kazakhstan, I think. But against all the big names he's fought, he's lost on points. But that was also at cruiserweight, and both Kevin and Radchenko comes from cruiserweight. But I just have a feeling he's not going to last against Kevin Lerena. So I'm expecting Kevin to have Radchenko out of there by round 8. So I'm going Lerena TKO 8. It's an interesting card. Also, remember, tell me in the comment section, what do you think? Who wins, Lerena or Radchenko? Am I underestimating Radchenko? But there's a couple of big names also returning. Thulani Thulzumbange, IBO welterweight champion. Had that good win against Michael McKinson in the UK. He's returning against the Namibian Emmanuel Mungangela. And Mungangela's got a decent record. He's got 4 losses, but he's never been stopped, Mungangela. So it will be interesting to see if Thulzumbange can stop him. I kind of think he will. Thulz is one of the better punchers in South African boxing. And then the southpaw, former cruiserweight contender Thabiso Mchunu returns as well. And he lost there against Gadzi Magomedov, the WBA bridgerweight champion there in Russia recently. And, you know, his offensive output has dropped off. He's coming off 3 losses in a row now against Makabu, that many people thought he should have won, against the Argentinian Peralta, and now against Gadzi Magomedov. And he's got a fighter we know here in my neck of the woods in Cape Town area, Amador Kalonji, who is resident in Cape Town, but he's originally from the DRC, and he's taking on Amador Kalonji, who had a nice wild little brawl when I was doing ringside commentary a few months ago against Sandiso Kota. And Kalonji has had his shot against a name fighter here locally against Keaton Gomes a few years back, and he sort of froze there and didn't go for it and was overly defensive, I think. Now he's got Thabiso Mchunu again in front of him, and I think he should just go for it and let his hands go and try and outwork Mchunu. You're going to hit a lot of air with Thabiso Mchunu, but that's what I would do if I'm Amador Kalonji. But I think it's just too much of a gulf in class. You know, I think Thabiso Mchunu, even at this later stage of his career, is going to be too much for Amador Kalonji, and I think Mchunu will win quite easily. Now, if he's going to win, if he's going to win a shutout, or if he's going to stop Kalonji, I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Kalonji lasts the distance and Mchunu wins this one on points. But he could hit him so frequently with counter punches that he could stop him as well. So neither will surprise me. In the morning card, there's also, on the main card, is also former South African heavyweight champion Chris Thompson making a return against Musa Ajibu. It's more like a stay busy fight. You know, Ajibu's only claim to fame is he upset Ruan Visser, but he got blown out in 2 rounds by the South African heavyweight champion Sean Potgieter. I don't expect any surprises there, but in the morning card, the other card presented by Legacy Promotions, we see the return of Jabulani Mackenzie against another Cape Town-based African continental fighter, Antonio Mayala of Angola. Mayala is 46 years old, but you know, he looks jacked. I wish I could have a body like that at 50, or even when I was 46. The guy is absolutely jacked, and he looked very impressive in his last outing, albeit against much lesser opponent. So I'll be interested to see how Jabulani Mackenzie goes through the gears, and whether Antonio Mayala can actually upset the apple cart at such a ripe old age. That'll be interesting to watch as well. And there's also Akani Puzi making a return on that card as well. So lots of good action Thursday morning as well as Thursday evening on SuperSport from the Sunbet Arena there in Tshwane. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to see Kevin Lerena back in the ring, get back in that win column and defend his WBC world title here in South Africa. And until I see you guys again, please remember to hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing and it helps me a lot. And also remember to keep those hands up.